Good morning. We are doing chair yoga today. You can find a table height or average height chair, preferably not a bar height chair. If you have a chair without wheels and without arms, that would work perfectly. You do want to find your feet comfortably on the floor. If you're having a hard time with that, you could place a blanket on the floor to help you reach the earth a little bit better. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat, maybe in the middle or edge of your seat, not all the way back because we don't want to be leaning back, but sitting up straight, lengthening through the crown of the head, finding your hands comfortably on your thighs. I also just realized that I didn't put myself in full screen, so I'm gonna do that because it will mess up the recording. Okay. So yeah, feet comfortably on the ground, sitting up tall, rooting through the crown of the head, or lengthening through the crown of the head. Hands comfortably on your thighs, either at your knees or up to the legs a little bit. It can be up or down. And just notice your breath this morning. Acknowledge any distracting thoughts you might be having, feelings. Just acknowledge them and maybe try to let them go for the next 40 minutes or so. And you can return to them when we're done. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Relax the face, soften the forehead and the space between the eyebrows. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And drop the shoulders away from the ears. And notice your breathing. On your next inhale, bring the neck back, or the head back to the back. So lifting the chin. And then on your next exhale, in the opposite direction, so chin to chest. And just moving the head up and down slowly with your breath. Noticing how this feels. I'm finding this morning that when I tuck my chin to my chest, I feel it all the way down my back, which I think means I have a lot of tension in my back for whatever reason today. And on your next exhale, coming back to neutral. And the same thing on the opposite way. So we're gonna tilt the head from left to right. You can do the neck rolls if you prefer to do those. Or you can just tilt it left to right, whichever feels best for you today. your next exhale, coming back to neutral. Go ahead and lift your toes and drop them, planting all four corners of the feet on the floor. And with your own breath, lift the toes, drop the toes. Inhale, lift the toes, and lower the toes. Lift the toes, and lower the toes. Feeling how this feels in your feet this morning. And the same thing with the heels, so keeping the toes on the ground, but lifting the heels. Maybe you feel this through your feet, but also your calves. We're going to bring our right leg up and extend it straight out in front of us. Try pointing the toes and then flexing the foot, so making the foot go up and down. Flexing the toes and pointing. Then maybe roll the ankle one direction and then try switching direction. When I'm circling my ankle counterclockwise, I feel that all the way up my leg into my hamstrings. Go ahead and release back to the floor. Same thing on the other side, so bring the left foot up and point the toes and flex the foot. Pointing the toes and flexing, pointing and flexing. Then maybe rotate clockwise and counterclockwise with the ankle. And slowly releasing back to the floor. We're going to go back to the right leg, so pick up the right foot and bring the knee into your chest as much as possible. If this feels too difficult, you could just pull it as much as you can. So maybe it's just a little bit off the floor. If you have a towel or like a scarf, you could kind of use that to help you as an extension of the arms. This is a little bit too difficult to reach the arm around the leg. Then we're going to bring the right foot to the left knee, keeping the foot flexed, pointed straight to protect the knee. And this might be enough here, or you can bend at the hips and fold forward. Breathing here, holding here. And on your next inhale, coming back up to neutral, and then pulling the knee back into our chest, just briefly. And then placing the hands under the thigh, extending the leg out straight, and slowly releasing it back to the floor. Same thing on the other side, so pulling the left knee into our chest if possible, or just as much as feels enough for you today. And we're going to bring the left foot to the right knee, keeping the foot flexed to protect the knee. This could feel like enough for you this morning, or you're welcome to deepen the stretch a little bit further by keeping the spine straight and bending at the hips forward toward the floor. Breathing here. On your next inhale, slowly coming back up to neutral. Releasing the foot and bringing the knee back to the chest. And placing the hands under the thigh, extending the leg out in front of you. And slowly releasing back to the floor. Making any adjustments here to find a comfortable seat. Planting the feet firmly back on the floor. Moving into some seated cat-cow. So bring the arms up to cactus arms. We're going to pull the arms back, making our shoulder blades come toward each other, pointing the chest out, lifting the chin. Then we want to round the spine, bringing the arms and elbows together, and tucking the chin toward our chest. Noticing this morning how this feels in your back body, in your shoulders. Like I said, I'm really feeling a lot of tension in my back and shoulders today, so this feels really nice. And then back to cow. Bring the arms wide. Poking the chest out and lifting the head. And with your breath, with your next exhale, folding back to cat. Bringing the arms and elbows together, rounding the spine, and tucking the chin to your chest. And on your next exhale, releasing back to neutral. If you have space on your chair or your couch next to you, you can place your right hand there, or you could place the right hand under the thigh. And then bending at the elbow, we're going to bring our left arm up and over our head and bend toward the right, not bending or dropping into our right shoulder, but dropping the shoulder away from the ear, bending at the elbow. Feeling the stretch from our hip on the left side, all the way up our left side body, up through our arm, to our fingertips. On your next exhale, releasing. Same thing on the other side. So placing the left hand next to you on a chair or couch if you have space, or placing it under your thigh. Bringing the right arm up overhead and bending toward the left, bending at the elbow on the left side. Try not to round forward here. There might be a temptation to do that, but keeping the spine straight might be helpful to look up toward the ceiling. And your next exhale, coming back to neutral. Moving into side twists, so keeping your seat where it is. We're going to bring the left arm to our right knee, And our right arm behind us, placing it on the chair if you're able to, or on the space on the couch behind you. Keeping the spine straight, rooting or lifting through the crown of the head. Just twisting toward the right. Noticing your breath. On your next exhale, releasing back to center. Same thing on the other side. Bringing our right hand to our left knee or thigh. Bringing the left arm behind us. Keeping the spine straight. We're not bending forward or rounding backward. Lifting through the crown of the head. On your next exhale, releasing back to center. Keeping the chair where it is, we're going to turn our bodies to the right. And we're going to plant the right foot firmly on the ground and bring our left foot behind us. You might need to move back here to where your knee is almost touching the edge of the chair. And bringing the left foot straight back behind us, dropping the heel toward the side for a seated warrior 2. If this is comfortable, you can stay here. If this is not accessible for you today, depending on how your body feels or maybe the chair you're in, you can just kind of make a 90-degree angle with your legs, like so. I did find that when I was practicing this earlier, the first chair I was in was not allowing me to do warrior 2 in a seat, so I had to switch chairs. So make any adjustments you need. Maybe you can just stay in this 90-degree angle, or if it felt good to do the warrior 2, you can do that. You can bring the arms up. On your next exhale, using your feet to walk back to center. And same thing on the other side, so keeping the chair where it is, turning toward the left. You are welcome to just do a 90-degree angle here. Bringing the arms up, or if it feels accessible this morning, you can move into a seated warrior 2. Notice how this feels. If you're used to doing this standing, notice how it feels in your body to do it sitting. It's different or the same sensation. If you prefer one or the other. On your next exhale, slowly releasing, walking the feet back to center. Finding a comfortable seat. Lift through the crown, keeping the spine straight, bending at the hips, slowly coming to a forward fold. You could bring the legs together here for some extra support. Or you're welcome to spread the knees and bring the hands to the floor if that feels nice. On your next inhale, slowly coming back up to neutral and bringing the arms up overhead and your hands at heart center. We're going to bring the arms up to a 90-degree angle. Bring the arms and forearms and elbows together. I'll turn to the side so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. You can stay here if this feels good, or you're welcome to wrap one arm under the other and kind of make like a little twist here. Bringing the hands together if that's possible. You could lift the elbows and lower the elbows, noticing how this feels in your back and your shoulders. Lifting feels better, staying there, or lowering. Or you could just keep it at the 90-degree angle. And then releasing the arms, maybe switching sides. Again, you're always welcome to just stay here at the 90-degree, or switching arms if you were doing the twist, so bringing the left arm under the right, making a little pretzel twist. Bringing the palms together if that's possible. You're welcome to stay here, or maybe try lifting the elbows and dropping them. And your next exhale, releasing the arms back to the legs. Bring the arms up overhead, and stretching up toward the ceiling. Rooting through the seat, lifting through the crown, lifting through the arms. Maybe it feels good to wiggle the fingers a little bit, spirit fingers. Maybe do some wrist rolls. We spend a lot of time at our desks, folding forward, hunched over at a computer. So making slight movements with our arms throughout the day and lengthening the spine can feel good. On your next exhale, just releasing back, placing the hands on the thighs. Find a comfortable seat. You might feel that you want to sit back in your chair at this point, and that's okay. Or you're welcome to still sit up straight. Whatever you need this morning. Notice your breath. Noticing any sounds you might be hearing that may be distracting or comforting. The same thing with your thoughts. Releasing any thoughts you have that are distracting. Finding some stillness. And on your next exhale, coming back to a strong seat, sitting up straight, rooting through the seat, lengthening through the crown of the head. If your eyes are closed, slowly opening them to invite light back in. Just notice how you're feeling this morning after moving a little bit. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.